Hey guys. Oh, hang on. I don't know how to focus this bad boy. Okay. So, as you can see, I've just gone food shopping. Me and Stefan just did like a big shop. We normally do that on a Sunday anyway. So, I thought while I've got it all out, I would show you guys some of the things we get now that I'm vegetarian. So, if you're considering being vegetarian or you kind of like feel a bit overwhelmed with like how to even begin, I'll just show you the basics of like what I normally get and just talk you through like how we really transitioned into being completely vegetarian. So here we go. Alright, so I haven't planned any of this, I'm just kind of throwing it down and I'll just pick it up randomly. So if this video doesn't flow nicely, that's why. Okay, I should explain. So I feel like when you're a meat eater, you sort of base all your meals around, like, when you plan a meal, you plan the meat and then like all the sides around it. Whereas now that we don't eat meat, I feel like we usually, sorry, Stefan's here and I feel like he's listening to me. Anyway, we normally plan our meals around our carbs now. That's what I usually try and do, and then like go from there. So for instance, like rice, pasta, vegetables, noodles, potato, like that kind of thing. I also, if you don't know, I usually follow the Bear Guide. Like for dinner, I use Bear Guide, which is like the Leah Itzinas, kind of like a recipe guide sort of thing. So that's where I get all my dinner ideas from. I do that every night still, and I bought that probably like October last year, and still probably every night that I cook dinner is a Bear Guide recipe. So definitely suggest buying that. So I normally just get the normal microwave rice. I find this one is the easiest. This one is the one that I like the most. I don't know, I think you're meant to have different ones for different meals, but I have found this one's the best. This one's more like the Mexican one that we get. But I get just a big size, and then I normally spread this out over like 3 serves, so it's like me, Stefan, and then the leftover, even though it serves 4, but obviously we're big eaters. So that's the kind of rice I get. That's how easy, literally just microwave for 2 minutes and you're good to go. I use that in a lot of meals like curry, like Mexican, burrito bowls, like stir fry, that kind of thing. So that's that. I usually keep a heap of them in the fridge for like whatever. Sometimes I even use them in little snacks for Stefan, like his muffins, his egg muffins, like with rice in there, so it's more filling. So I also got some wraps. That's for burritos this week. I normally just get any. Lately I've been trying to get the low carb only because, I mean not low carb, low calorie, purely to save calories, but I don't think it matters. Rice cakes, these are for me. I usually have these as a snack, especially when I'm dieting, which I am now. It's like a really low calorie snack. I literally just eat these plain when I get really hungry, which everyone at work's done with that, but they're delicious on their own, especially when you're really hungry. Cereal, everyone that watches me probably knows that I love cereal. I normally only get this when it was on special, but don't tell Stefan it wasn't on special, but I got it anyway because it's delicious. Again, pretty low calorie. It's only like 100 calories or like 120 a serve, so that's sick. Oats, we just get the hell cheap oats because we're very poor. We both eat the oats for brekkie, but they're hell good as a snack, hell good in
5 hours later.
They're really good in like oat slice and stuff as a snack. So easy. If you haven't done that before, let me know. I'll send you the recipe. It's sick. Protein bars for Stefan. This is one of the pastas that I get. I don't know if I'm going to be able to unfocus. Okay, sorry, it's not going to focus, but you can basically see anyway. So, this is the pasta that I'm using at the moment. It's just like lentil pasta, basically like low carb, and there was nothing else left at the shop, so that's why I got that. Really good way to get some like protein in using lentils. Anyway, so oats. I've got some almonds. Stefan's been loving nuts. I've been trying to make sure he gets some nuts in because that's really important when you're vegetarian. Spices, stock, all that kind of thing is really good for getting lots of flavors in, but I mean, you do that with meat anyway, so that's nothing that new. For if you're looking to be lazy vegetarian, we buy a bunch of dumplings all the time. Wouldn't even be able to tell that there's no meat in them, like they taste delicious. Stefan always buys a lot of fake meat as well, so that's like a really obvious way to transition. So swap your normal meat for fake meat. So, you know, you got your fake chicken, fake mince, which I have here, the corn mince, which tastes so good, like it just literally tastes the exact same. I probably wouldn't recommend eating that kind of stuff all the time because it's probably not very healthy for you, but if you're like the type of person that really loves meat and loves to use meat in every meal, definitely would recommend using a fake meat. It's not going to taste as good, but it's a good way to trick your brain into thinking you're still having meat. Canned veggies. These have been my savior. I always have a bunch in the cupboard ready to go. Not because I'm a hoarder, just because they are super handy. So I always have black beans, which is for like Mexican, like nachos, like butter beans or cannellini beans, I think you say it. I use cannellini beans for when I make homemade baked beans. The butter beans I use as like a pasta sauce or just to add in some, make meals more filling. Chickpeas, I use these for curry and for hummus. Stop saying. Yeah, I think, and I use kidney beans obviously for Mexican as well, but I usually like rotate between the black beans and the kidney beans purely because I want to. Beans are a good way to get protein in, and they're full of nutrients. So, another lazy hack, veggie patties. Stefan loves these. They're $3.50, which isn't too bad, but he eats like so many of them, so they're probably quite expensive. So we usually have these on burgers, as a salad, in a sandwich, like literally anything. I don't know what the protein's like, 7 grams, so that's okay. Like, I think these ones are basically just vegetables, but they're handy to have in the house for when you want something quick. Yogurt, I have yogurt as a snack. I'm currently on coconut yogurt because I'm trying to be dairy free, so that's a really good switch if you're looking to go from vegetarian to vegan, because I found turning vegetarian, I really went for a lot of dairy products to kind of like swap with. Like I started eating more cheese, and I always used to have Greek yogurt, so I've swapped to coconut yogurt now. Honestly can't tell the difference. Obviously a lot of fat and no protein, which kind of sucks because my old Greek yogurt had protein, but not the end of the world. Alternative milk, I always keep a heap of these in the cupboard. I use these for oats, sauces, smoothies, coffee, everything really. They're always handy to have. They're only like $2, so I just grab a heap whenever they're on special. I don't really have a favourite, I just choose whatever. I prefer to have the Australians own, just because I think that is better for us, but I just got the almond breeze today because I love almond breeze. Peanut butter, can't go wrong. I've got a bunch of veggies. So the veggies I usually just do, I get what I'm going to have for the dinner, so I plan out my dinners just so that I don't waste veggies, because I used to obviously just buy a bunch of veggies and never use them all. So like for instance, this week we're going to do pesto pasta, so in that case I would probably put some mushrooms, some cherry tomatoes, which I've got, some broccoli. We're having sweet potato and tempeh one night, so I've got some sweet potato, baby spinach. I've got some tomatoes here for burritos because we're having burritos one night. I've got a bunch of fruit. The main thing that you have to focus on really is swapping. So for instance, I use a lot of lentils now and beans, like I said before. I always keep them in the cupboard ready to go. I've got a lot of seeds now because they have a lot of omega-3 in there, which is really need to keep an eye on now that we don't have fish, I think. And in terms of supplements, I'm no doctor, but I'll put on the screen what we take. So I take a vitamin C every day, magnesium sometimes, but that's more for like muscles and stuff. Stefan sometimes takes an iron tablet, but you don't actually need iron unless you're deficient. So I think because of the amount of vegetables I eat, I don't think I would need to take an iron supplement, but if you do, I would suggest probably just going to the doctor first. If you're going to go vegetarian, probably just eat normally and then go to the doctors in probably like 6 months time, get a blood test, and then just see if you're deficient in anything. If you are, then you'll know. There's a site, I'll Google it and I'll put it on the screen for you. I haven't actually done this, but there's a site where you can put in like what you eat in a day and it will show you what you're probably deficient in, especially like for vegetarians or vegans, to make sure that you're getting all the like nutrients and vitamins that you need every day. Fish oil, I'm still having fish oil tablet, even though obviously fish, but I think it's important that I think it's DHA and EPA from the fish oil that we need. I think it's for our brain or something. I don't know. I read an article that told me all this information and it really scared me. So for now I'm sticking with the fish oil. Hopefully one day we'll find a vegan one to take, but I'm not really sure yet. Yeah, I take a B12, but B12 is really hard. Your body struggles to absorb it apparently, so I've got a liquid B12 that we take every night. I also have nutritional yeast, which is B12, but I don't take it nearly as much as I really should, but that's okay. There's also B12 in like fortified milk and fortified cereal, so I think I'm good there. Alright, I'm cheating, but this is the list that I basically found a while ago, and it really made me reflect and think, am I getting the nutrients that I need? I thought I was anyway, because I eat a lot of like veggies and stuff, but this is the list I go by. I'm just going to read it out and tell you how I personally fit it into my diet. So protein powder, this is the one that I take. It's vegan. It's got an ingredient in it that my stomach is a little bit sensitive to, but as long as I don't have more than 1 scoop a day, I'm good to go. Protein. So protein powder, lentils at dinner. Lunch, I don't really get much protein. Breakfast, I do my protein powder. Listen, I have a lot of protein powder because I personally... Wow! You listening? What? Are you serious?
What?
I told you not to listen!
I wasn't listening.
Are you making fun of me?
No.
So I personally eat a lot of protein powder because I really struggle to get my protein in. But I know some people don't really struggle at all. Like Stefan doesn't really. I've tracked his food before and he's fine. So I think it's just because I don't eat really anything at lunch because I just have veggies. But I'm working on it. So protein, I get my lentils, beans, tofu, tempeh, that kind of thing is how I try and get my protein in, which I'm usually, I get about 100 grams a day, which is fine for me. ALA, don't ask me what that stands for, but we need it apparently. But so when I saw this, I went out and made sure I have a lot of seeds and nuts in our diet, especially Stefan, because I noticed that he wasn't getting much fat in his diet at all. So now we obviously have like a nut mix, like almonds and walnuts and that kind of thing. And then I already had chia seeds anyway. So I've got chia, hemp seeds, and flaxseed meal, which I put in my smoothies, and I think it's delicious. So I just make sure I top my food with hemp seeds every now and then. So I think I'm sweet there. EPA and DHA, that's what I said before. I think you need it for your brain. It's like omega-3 or something. I'm not totally sure, but it's very, very important. I think you can get like a vegan one now, but I'm obviously just using the fish oil. And you can get it from seaweed, but I don't know where the heck to get seaweed from, so that's way too hard. I think if you should try and supplement, like, firstly from your diet alone, so like your nutrition, you should try and get as many vitamins as you can just from food. And then when you struggle to get that in your daily life, that's when I would supplement, so like the fish oil, the protein powder, that kind of thing. B12, like I said before, nutritional yeast, I have the supplement, fortified food and plant milks. So I've got my plant milk, and my cereal is fortified cereal, so good to go. Iron, as I said before, I don't think I'm deficient in, don't feel tired or anything like that, which I know people that are iron deficiency have. Stefan was for a bit, so he was taking iron supplements. I know that iron's a big one for vegetarians. I remember growing up being told that, but let me just check the list. So their list is beans, grains, nuts, seeds, green veggies. So I think I'm fine. If you're really worried, I would just supplement or maybe find out foods that's high in iron and make sure you're getting it every single day. Zinc. Who knows what zinc is? It says here beans, nuts, seeds, oats, wheats, nutritional yeast. Again, as long as you're eating like a very balanced and broad diet of like vegetables, I think you will be fine. Calcium, my mum was really worried about that, and I honestly wasn't even worried at all, but when I thought about it, I thought, yeah, maybe. All I did was Google foods that's high in calcium, and now I just make sure that I have that every day. I wasn't probably getting much calcium from dairy before this anyway, because I am lactose intolerant, so I don't think that going vegetarian has affected that for me personally. Iodine, who heckin' knows, but apparently that's important. Again, veggies, vitamin D. So it's suggested that we take a D3 supplement, which I don't. So that's something that I'm considering, because I know that people do, but yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much. Next. Oh, that's it. That's all of them. So that's all the things that we really have to keep an eye on as vegetarians, but as long as you're just not eating like salads all day, you're fine. So these are the other things I take. I've got the beauty potion from Botanica Blends, which has apparently antioxidants, collagen, probiotics, vitamins, and minerals. I haven't noticed anything crazy from taking it, but I mean, I think that it works good enough that I like to keep it in my daily routine. And then I have greens powder. This is especially important right now while we're trying to all stay healthy. So I've been taking, I used to take this like every couple of days. Now I make sure I've been taking it every single day. This one actually doesn't taste too bad, but greens powder is disgusting, so be warned. So I think that's everything. I hope that helps you sort of see how a vegetarian eats and the kind of staple ingredients that we have in our household to go without meat. But if this is something that you're interested in maybe trying yourself, definitely try and take note of some of the things that I've bought as staples and use that in your diet if you don't already. Especially like the beans and the fake meat and stuff. That's really the thing that's gonna help you transition the easiest. And again, do your own research. Maybe don't take things too seriously because there is a lot of information out there, but just make sure you're getting all those important vitamins that you need in your diet. Maybe write a list of the things that you're currently eating and just make sure, have a look and see maybe where your diet's lacking, maybe in like fats, maybe nuts and seeds and that kind of thing, or maybe it's lacking in vegetables, maybe it's lacking in protein. Really have a look at that and go off of your own current eating, and I think you'll be able to find the easiest swaps that you can do. So I hope that helped you guys. I'll see you in the next clip. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me, and I hope that you learned something, and I hope that this gives you some inspiration to try being vegetarian yourself.